Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Remember last video when I said when you're designing any hydraulic system, in this case, it's very important that everything is correctly sized to one another. The motors have to be correctly sized to the pump, has to be correctly sized to the valves, and everything else, all the other stuff that goes in with it. Yeah, well that pump that I had before was way too big for what I'm doing here. Too big for this engine to run properly. So I returned that pump. I'll be getting a smaller one fairly soon. But I just wanted to mention that. So what I've been doing here is mounting these wheel motors that'll be for the drive sprockets to the side of the tank. What I've done here is I've made two of these plates that's 1/4-inch steel. I've machined the two holes for the bolts, and then as well as the 1-inch hole, actually a little bit bigger than 1-inch hole for the shaft of the motors. And then around here, what I did was I had to machine in a recess you can see there's that little like shelf right there on the motors. So that's to give room for that. Welded, as you can see, I welded this other piece of angle iron there. Welded each of those plates to the angle iron. Reinforced it in a couple other places here. I might put a couple of the reinforcements in there, so that when it's mounted on, it'll look like this. So that comes out through there, through the center hole, mounted on the other side. So what I'm going to do now, well, next, pretty soon, for actually making the drive sprocket itself, this has to be out like till about here. That's like 7 or 8 more inches I need to add to this. So what I have to do is first find a piece of 1-inch round stock that's 7 or 8 inches long, and then I'll have to get a coupling unit for here to attach them together. And then what I'm going to do is, instead of having this just come straight out, because I'm not confident in this being able to hold the torque and the stress it's going to experience from actually driving the tracks. Just having one coupling, one shaft coupler taking all of that force. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that just like I said, and then out on the end, it's kind of hard to explain, but they'll be on the end of the shaft for the drive sprocket, out just past where the drive sprocket is. I'll have a separate structure coming out from the top here, like out and then down, meeting the end of that shaft for the drive sprocket with a bearing on there, with a pillow block bearing. And then that'll be like mounted back up and around here with supports, and that'll stabilize the end of this. And that'll support all the torque it'll be taking, because this is going to want to be pulled this way as it's driving with the rest of the track. So that's something coming up in the fairly near future. I have to order those two coupling units. Another thing I've been doing over here, this is just the other thing, is with these valves here. These are log splitter valves, just generic log splitter valves. And one of the problems I had with them was that these have, when you pull this back here, pull the lever back, it just goes back normally. But when you push it the other way, there's a detent in here that locks this into place. And then when this reaches a certain PSI, it'll kick back into neutral. But what I need is to actually have something that you can move freely back and forth, controlling the direction of the tracks. So I need something that'll move like this both ways and not lock in the on position. So what I did was the valves came with this like manual type thing here. And so what I did is I started looking at this diagram. It gives you this nice diagram of every part and component that goes in here. And so I was looking around here, I saw this right here is that detent. These four little bearings, this spring and this bearing, is what locks into place on that one direction. So what I did was I opened this up and I took those four small bearings, the spring and the bigger bearing, out, and now this can move freely both directions, just like I need it to. I'll do a separate video showing how I did that, link in the description, showing how I already did it on this one. I'll do it on this one as well and show you exactly how I take it apart and what I do and everything like that. So far the progress is coming along pretty good. I am back in school now though, so I really don't have much time during the week to work on this. So I try to do as much as I can on the weekends to like keep the progress going. So I don't update videos as often as I would like to. I'd like to have a video out more often than I do, but it's just the time. So, but I do have stuff to work with. Everything's coming along good. Haven't had any major problems yet. Hopefully I never do. But that's where I am now. Again, like I said, I'll be getting that smaller pump, and the stuff to begin working on the drive sprockets. And then actually mounting, once I have the drive sprockets done, I'll put in a couple idler wheels along the side of there for the top of the track to run on, and then I can actually get working on mounting the track to the actual tank, have the actual tracks on there. And then as well as I need to construct a hydraulic tank too. Because like I said, last video I mentioned that propane tank over there, and that's actually way too small. I thought that the rule of thumb for the sizing the hydraulic tank is not 30% of the GPM of the pump, it's actually 300%. So there's a little bit of a difference there. 5 gallons isn't going to be quite enough. I'm going to have something that's like 20, 25 gallons, and I'll do some separate things to, I'll show you later video, I'll make that, and I'll show it in detail. So that's pretty much it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And if you're just coming across this channel, this is one video in a longer series showing the construction of my 30% scale ISU-152, a Soviet World War II era tank destroyer. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos about the tank and other cool stuff.